If you don't know who Maren Morris is, I don't blame you. She is a country-ish singer.
She's sort of like Casey Musgraves in that, you know, she started off as this country singer that's mainstream, and then they start slowly but surely veering off into voicing a bunch of leftist talking points to gain popularity with the girls and the gays. And then they just end up having no fans. Yeah. And I mean, Casey Musgraves is basically a pop star now anyway, who started in country, much like Taylor Swift. But Maren Morris at a concert recently did a speech about how she has introduced her toddler son to drag queens. And it really weirded me out.
Like literally to own the conservatives.
Literally, yes, to own the conservatives. She was in Tennessee and she said, Tennessee, effing arrest me. How about we just play this video of her speech and then we'll react to it.
Is it in the same? Is it in the same video? Is it in the Breitbart article?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. At the bottom?
No.
Like
I don't see
first, it, like go up to
Oh,
the
there
top.
it is. All right, I got it. Here we go.
Hang up late on a weeknight. I'm Maren. I'm such an honor to be here. I don't even really know what's illegal or legal anymore with these bills. Like, I don't even think they know.
It's actually what she's doing is proving that they don't actually know what they're talking about.
He's turning 3 this week, and we got to go in the room where all the queens are ready and in their makeup, and he freaked out when he went there
because they're scary.
Magic. What
because they're
do.
scary
There's just,
looking.
Like, wigs everywhere. The smell of like hairspray
Cocaine
and wig glue. There's glitter. Everyone's in a good mood. They're so excited to be here tonight for this show.
Yeah.
It's just like a room of love. Moved back to my dressing room, and my son is like, "I need the queen."
And then he said that Donald Trump was an existential threat to democracy. And then my mom was like,
"You're looking at her," but okay. No.
I
wanted to do this song here tonight. I wrote it a couple years ago for my son after George murder.
This is like,
it felt like
what
a
are you
little
talking
on the
about?
outs
Yeah,
to
What?
George
tonight,
Floyd?
my son meet all of the lovely people here today backstage. Growing up here in Nashville, and I just rolled for him a little bit better than the one right now. And I feel like nights like tonight help do that.
thank you for paying all that money to make me feel like I'm loved in the room today. I love that.
well, I guess this was like a pride event.
Okay.
So that's why there are a bunch of drag queens there. She brought her soon-to-be 3-year-old into the dressing room where there are all of these drag queens, I suppose, getting like dressed or undressed.
Hopefully fully dressed. I'm assuming.
I don't know though. It's a dressing room.
They probably have padding on. I mean, I doubt they'd be fully
You've
ready.
seen RuPaul's Drag Race, right?
So I'm coming here. I've seen most seasons of
Me
RuPaul's
too.
Drag Race. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So the thing is, when like the RuPaul or whatever Drag Race universe, they want to incorporate children and they make it like this love thing.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do it because the show is based in sex. Like
Yeah.
it's literally
Well, all
based in
of
their
drag,
sexual.
yeah.
All of drag is, but especially because the show is the main cornerstone of drag culture. It is RuPaul's Drag Race. Like RuPaul has completely commercialized it and made it associated with him in the show and his conventions and all of that. So it's all about gay sex. And so how there's no possible way where you can incorporate children into that, even if they try rebranding. It's like, no, every part of the show, every part of a drag performance, nearly all of it is based in dirty jokes, provocative dancing, provocative looks, exploiting of a very sexualized female body. So there's no place for children, even if you are a drag fan. There's no place for a child, especially a 3-year-old child, to be a part of that at all. And trying to make drag queens is like cornerstone of acceptability and showing how gay people can be integrated in normal society. It's like, no, like that is way different than like a straight couple who are married kissing each other. Like, no, this is extremely sexual and perverted to an extent, and we just make it entertainment.
And what's not talked about is like trying to divorce drag, if you want to call it like an art form, if that's something you like, trying to divorce drag from its subversive elements and its sexual elements essentially takes away its very essence. You're doing a disservice to the people that actually
want to do it the way it was
built
meant to be done.
that LGBTQ history for, you know, it to even become mainstreamed by this TV show. So you're kind of, it's L's all around.
It's L's all around. And I would say most drag queens who are professional would want to separate themselves from children because it hurts their business. Like their shows aren't being, most of them are 18 or 21 plus. So it's not like there's kids going to the bar
the
unless they have
part,
these weird kid drag shows.
The worst part is when they get really excited about all the new money they make, but they find out that kids under 18 get in for free anyways. So then they're
And I think this is part of also a concerted effort to try to wokeify country music.
Oh yeah.
And it's simply not going to work because if you know your base, they're not going to accept that. The fan base of country music, it's generally right-wing or at least libertarian-leaning people from heartland American areas, like rural areas, the South, even the Midwest too. And they don't agree with this shit. I mean, maybe some of them are like a little bit more accepting, but this is obviously taking it too far and you're alienating them on purpose. There are so many like pick-me country singers right now.
Well, they just want to be like
trying to get picked by the mainstream pop fans.
Maren Morris never sounded country, from what I've heard.
Arguably, Taylor Swift never did, or Casey Musgraves never did.
Early Taylor Swift sounded country.
No, her first album. But the thing is, Taylor did a great job at pandering to a country base because she was a sweet American country girl, and she only switched into the political thing in 2015, 2016. So that was
not even then. Like she still like had many years to go before she like made all of those tweets about, you know,
she was pressured
like
into
state
it.
representatives and stuff, pandering again.
Yeah.
If she did it before, she can do it again. I don't know how her fans don't know now that they're still being pandered to.
Yeah.
Just like her fans were when she first started out.
Exactly.
It's very obvious.
I think for the country singers also, like for something like that, they always plan to go pop, and they didn't expect
Not
to stay
all
in
of
the
them
genre.
though. The ones that plan
like
to stay in the genre, such as a hugely successful artist like Morgan Wallen,
I think of
they
him.
get shit on.
But even he branches
he's-
out. Even he branches out and works with rappers.
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, country music is not what it used to be,
Yeah.
and that's a whole other discussion. But like, he is hugely successful, and they keep trying to cancel him because, you know, oh, he said the N-word in this video or something years ago. Who cares? But like, just because he won't apologize and he won't kowtow and he won't try to, you know, conform to the same trend that Maren Morris is trying to conform to, then he's a target. And he's literally on Billboard top 10 charts, and he is not recognized as the success that he is just because he's not pop or rap.
Was it like Kodak Black that basically said stop bullying Morgan Wallen?
Literally,
yeah, I don't know if it was Kodak Black, but it was
normal
else.
people don't care about
don't
this
care.
shit.
And that's what's funny with her even doing this. It's like, even the people who are gay, are they really going to stand? I don't know. I never heard of this person before I saw this article, but most of them are going to tell that it's some random white, I mean, they're going to see it like this. It's a random white woman who's trying to pander to them. And the genuine like gays or whoever is involved in that, they're listening to hyperpop. They're not going to be listening to country anyway.
The live, laugh, love is strong with Maren Morris's face. She looks like she's got live, laugh, love all over her house.
Well, remember when like Casey Musgraves made that music video where she had like a trans extra actor in it, and then like she just started doing all of these pandering things to try to bring like, I don't know, she's trying to like do the same thing Taylor Swift did.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift did it like very successfully, but I don't know, like it comes off as so artificial.
It really does. I can't stand this kind of pandering. And
well, also, what the hell does her child have to do with George Floyd?
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
I'm sure George Floyd loved drag queens. Like,
okay, I'm trying to piece this together in my mind. I don't know what her son, like, who's the daddy or whatever, but maybe her son is like part black.
Let me Google it right now. Actually.
So she thought that for some reason she should write like a racial justice anthem to her half black son.
No, her husband is a white a
So
white
what
man.
does this have to do with her son?
She wants to make the world a better place in some vague, I'm a vapid celebrity who doesn't actually contribute anything to Western society kind of way.
Meanwhile, her son is like, please change my diaper.
Like, luckily for me, I do not contribute anything amazing to society either, but I don't claim to, so I don't have to worry about this the way
Ew,
she does.
okay. I just hate this like apologetic stance that they want country artists to take. It says in January, Maren Morris used a guest appearance on RuPaul's Drag Race to apologize for what she called the country music industry's quote relationship with LGBTQ plus members. She said, coming from country music and its relationship with LGBTQ plus members, I just want to say, I'm sorry and I love you guys for making me feel like a brave voice in country music. So I just thank you guys, you gays, for inspiring me. I'm gonna cry.
My favorite part is
Like,
how
thank you for making me feel like I'm a good person without actually having to do anything virtuous or brave.
they also have like this air of just they're always really excited to talk about how strong they have to be and like how they have to like overcome
Stunning
like,
and brave.
a bunch of they love the idea of being subjugated, held down, and being told that they're bad people because they know that they feel that they're super great. They feel that they're amazing individuals who are on the right side of history. Therefore, when a bunch of people who make up far less of the population tell them they're wrong, they get excited about that because they get to let the media call everyone else a bully when they're just cry bullies themselves.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people like commenting on this speech, by the way, like saying you're alienating your own fans.
I mean, I don't know how much of her audience covers that. A more established country singer would definitely be alienating their own fans.
Is she not? I mean, I don't pay super close attention to the country music scene, but
I've never heard of
I've only heard of like
all
the big
country
ones
is
like
pop now.
Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen.
All that is pop is basically pop music anyways nowadays. It's all kind of just general pop music, and we're a long way off from Willie Nelson.
And as they become more pop or like rap adjacent as well, the viewpoints that these artists are allowed to espouse change.
Yeah.
Yep. And here's the thing, they'll win too because they never let up. They will continue to push. She will continue to push. All of these people who have a religious fervor about their belief system will continue to push, and they will continue to make inroads in every industry. I can already picture like the middle class 9 to 7 working class man who works 10 hours a day listening to country in his car talking, well, he's probably like 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. like in his car, like, what the hell is this crap? This isn't what I like. This isn't what I believe in. And they're going to get mad about it, but it won't matter because these people will continue to push forward because they have a religious fervor about what they believe.
Specifically on kids and teens, and that's, you reproduce by indoctrinating them. Zerna, you sent me this article from Trixie Mattel's interview with Teen Vogue. So it's explicitly targeted at children.
So, okay.
They're also pro-communist over there at Teen Vogue.
Yes. Okay, so I need to give another clarification. In 2019, I was at the RuPaul convention in LA. So I was there, okay? So I got to see the crowd. It is all teenage girls. Like, there's no genuine, maybe a few, but there's no like 35-year-old gay men it's all like 11
That's
to
so
16-year-old girls who like really gravitate to this, which is kind of disturbing, but it's because I don't know what it is. I guess you could really get into it. But here, Trixie Mattel, who's probably the most famous drag queen at this point, except for RuPaul, is saying that we don't need more drag queens. You need to go into the law, go into the House of Representatives and the Senate, put your wig down and open the letter opener or whatever. So it's just going against these like GOP anti-drag, legislation that they're claiming and talking about all the time. So they're just like pushing drag queens as if that's like a class of people. Like, you need to
doing drag is a choice.
It's a hobby. It's like
it doesn't make you part of some like
it's a sexual,
underclass with an immutable trait that then
Exactly.
means you're like subjugated for having it. You know, like it's something you do by choice.
It's also funny too because it was very much always a subculture, in a very defined subculture that's now been pushed mainstream, and in a lot of ways probably causes some identity crisis amongst the ones that have been in that community the longest.
And that's the point of it, is that it's meant to be outside of society and be kind of bad and be kind of degenerate and
How
off.
long ago was that you were at that convention?
It was 2019, beginning of 2019.
Okay, so and it's only probably gotten more prominent since then.
It definitely is. I mean, I haven't I haven't watched the show in a while, but I did watch it and whatever.
I watched it in 2019 too.
Oh
like,
yeah.
a lot of it.
So I'm definitely familiar.
It's because these are entertaining people.
It's
like,
funny and it's
they're
entertaining to
funny.
watch. Yeah, absolutely. And it's extreme, and I like watching the make. To me, I like watching
it's
the makeup and the
not for
outfits.
kids.
It's not for kids. It's baked and their sexuality, and it's very provocative. It's not like tame, like, oh, it's just two men who love each other and get married. Like, no, it's all based in their sexual preferences. So
Like, look up any drag queen lingo or innuendo that they use. It's all sexual.
yeah, exactly.
That's what the subculture is. That's what makes it a subculture in the first place. Another thing that Trixie Mattel said in this interview is, I mean, he basically blamed all child exploitation on religious people.
Of course.
And then said, not all shows are kids appropriate. I don't want children at my shows at all, but there shouldn't be a law about it. And my question is like, why not though? You know, because if you know your shows aren't kid appropriate and you don't want kids there, why would it harm you in any way
why does there need
for
to be
there
a,
to
like,
be an official legislation against that happening? You know,
the laws at the very least, then it's up to them. If they're not going to enforce the laws, then they need to actually do their job and not let people in, and certainly don't host all age versions of it.
Yeah.
and we've seen how that goes south.
I would also
very
love
quickly.
I would also love to know if if the shows, is it any different? Is the all ages version all that different from the version?
We've
that's
seen
18
video
plus?
evidence that it's
Yeah.
not.
They're doing like their typical like strip kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
strip tease type of like splits and that whole dance routine, which is entirely
In their
sexual.
underwear,
And they're
yeah.
and they're all they all have their underwear on, so
It's
it's
disturbing.
yeah.
Really, it is. I see these videos and I think it's the awfuls in the background that are cheering it on.
It's performative. It's not even that they genuinely want their child. It's entirely performative. Like, look
It's
at
for
me.
them.
I'm a good white woman.
Yeah.
I support the gays. I'm supporting drag. I'm making sure my
Yeah.
child isn't a racist bigot like all these other people. I'm creating a better new generation, whatever. So that's kind of the performative mentality, but it's just so phony and
It's
just
exactly what Maren Morris said. Thank you for making me feel like I'm brave.
exactly.
You literally just said it out loud. Like, thank you for giving me this false feeling that I'm doing something virtuous and stunning and brave, when in reality, I'm just conforming to the status quo.
Exactly.
It is unbelievably
Affluent
fake.
white liberal
Yeah.
females.
There we go.
Every
It's,
single time.
If supporting drag queens because you think it makes you brave was a car, it would be an SUV that guzzles a lot of gas to bring groceries
Yeah.
home from the store. It's very, very annoying. It's very, very fake. But it's also it's a product of the West having, a lot of these people have no struggles. They have
Yeah.
nothing to struggle with in their life. Therefore, they look for struggles elsewhere. And there's nothing worse now than, the only thing worse than activism is slacktivism. And I don't know if I buy her doing a concert as anything that's changing the world in any meaningful way, good or bad. I'd actually say that she probably is changing the world for the worse. She's actually doing what she's portraying, right? Which is, she is pushing an ideology on the world slowly but surely. Like, all these things don't change overnight, but look how much the world has just changed just since 2016.
yeah.
Like,
And
look-
where's her husband in all of this? Valid question.
He's probably
you
at
know?
home. He's
I
probably
was going to say, this is fatherless.
stay-at-home dad.
This is
Yeah.
fatherlessness.
Fluffing the pillows.
Yeah.
It's
Doing quaaludes like a 1950s housewife,
It's
burying
not,
his sorrows.
If it's not fatherless behavior, it's definitely husbandless behavior, or at least
Yeah.
it's
Keep an eye on
it's
your
very
women.
beta husbandish
Beta.
behavior. So.
It is. So
Yeah, because you know that he's not saying, well, honey, maybe it's not a great idea if we let our 3-year-old child into the dressing room with a bunch of grown adults.
Or
if you've seen
pretend.
RuPaul's Drag Race, you see literally their dressing room process on the show.
They're naked.
covered in face powder that makes them look like ghosts. And they're like wearing this padding and all of this undergarment
Tights.
stuff, their tights and everything. They look like bizarre.
Yeah.
And this is supposedly what a 2-year-old is seeing. And she's like, oh, he was so like blown away by it. Like, no, he was terrified. They look scary to any child who doesn't understand what's going on.
The kid's just like, can I go watch Coco Melon?
Like, please, give me my iPad. I want to leave this reality.
Like there's like the skit should be like her, like, we've got Coco Melon in this room, honey, come with me. And the kid's like,
Melon
I would
in the
love
other
to go watch Coco Melon. And like they go in there's no Coco Melon, just drag queens.
God, and what are they going to say? Like, they're obviously not very nurturing people because they're grown-up gay men. So what are they going to do with a little kid there and their dress? Like, it just
No, they just like
bizarre.
scream at each other and do ketamine. Like, I don't know what the compatibility is there.
Have a
Are we gonna
child
have
there.
like the RuPaul's Drag Race and Coco Melon crossover? We
There
didn't know
is.
we needed.
There's a kids drag cartoon if you didn't know that.
There
There's literally
is?
there's a drag.
Where is this?
I'm gonna Google it right now.
What is it called? What?
I'm looking it up right now. No, it exists.
Not on the Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
It's called Super Drags, and then there's Drag Tots.
You're kidding.
Yes. Wait, the
We
Drag
are
Tots.
Drag tots.
We are so screwed.
Guys, I'm getting the deets right now. Yeah.
The West is
Baby
so
drag
screwed.
queens learn all things drag, voiced by some of your favorite drag queens, including Adore Delano, Bianca Del Rio, Detox, blah blah blah. And it's for
Great.
this. It says Drag Tots is for kids of all ages. It follows the misadventures of a group of little drag queen school pals.
Yep. We're screwed. The West is screwed. Well, this is the thing. They've implemented this stuff they're in the media companies, they're in the entertainment companies. It's being pushed on children. Then they say, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. No, it's not. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.